as you all know, this week is a big Apple event. Well, it happened already. So today is September 12th, 2009, and it's time for another episode of Tech Weekly. Today, we're just going to reiterate most of the stuff that's happened this week in the world of Apple. As you know, they announced their updated iPod Nanos. It'll be $149 for the 8 gigs and $179 for the 16 gigs, and of course, they have the new video camera. The thing that bothers me is that why would they put that on the Nano when it'd be much more important to put it on the iPod Touch, and they didn't put it on the iPod Touch, which is really strange. But anyways, it has a video camera. It has a 2.2-inch display, which is slightly larger than the older Nano. It has a microphone, a speaker, and finally FM radio, which most people thought we're just gonna leave it out, period, forever. Unlike the Zens, the Creative Zens, and most other MP3 players that support FM radio, but no, they brought it in, whatever, and now it supports Genius playlists, etc. on the actual device. They kept bragging about how it's probably 80% of the market share of MP3 belongs to Apple and its iPod, blah 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 blah, and then what struck me as kind of strange is that they continued to compare the size and the capabilities and the camera of the new Nano to the Flip Minnow, which I thought was just weird because it's comparing apples and oranges, sort of. The Flip Minnow is in itself only a video recorder. That's what it does. It records video, whether in HD or in SD, doesn't matter. The iPod, it does music, video camera. What they're trying to aim at is saying that the iPod Nano is more multifunctional. Hence, you should buy it. And they kept making the job that a 4GB Flip Minnow is $149, while the 8GB iPod Nano, which is also $149, does music and video and all this stuff, and can record video, and that option is free. But yes, if you'd like to record 640 by 380, I believe, video on a screen this big and have it not that good of a resolution, sure, go ahead. But then again, if it's on an iPod, most likely you're gonna want to store the video there. On a Flip Minnow, on the other hand, you can store the video, but it's inevitable. It's obviously gonna go to your computer to upload elsewhere, and then you delete it, and you still have your however many gigs you have left on your Flip Minnow. If you keep storing videos on your iPod Nano, you're going to run out of space, especially if it's 8 gigabytes. But anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. That was their one more thing, by the way, the video camera. Kind of a retarded one more thing. They usually have a much grander one more thing, like a new software or a brand new product, but that wasn't really anything substantial. They announced their new their new shuffles of a new variety of colors. It'll be $79 for 4 gigs. And there's a new special edition one that you can buy only on the Apple website, which is like a shiny chrome-ish looking color. It's stainless steel, etc., etc. And it's also a 2 gig model that is $59 if you're into that as well. And they've built up their voice and tapping feature for the shuffle that you have on the specific headphones. The iPod Classic also got a refresh. Now it supports 160 gigabytes, and it's for $249, the same price as the previous 120 gigabyte. So look for that. They kept running the iPod, as the funnest device ever, and blah blah blah. They announced the new $399 64 gigabyte iPod Touch, which is what I've been waiting for because I still have an iPod Video, an original first gen iPod Video, and it's 30 gigs, and I did not want to pay $300 or what it was $400 for a 32 gig model, which only 2 gigabytes more of capacity, and I was waiting for a larger one. So that's good. I'll probably wait until the price lowers a little bit for $400 to buy it, but that's out now if you'd like. Moreover, there'll be faster processors in the 32 and 64 gig model. The $200 8 gigabyte model will not have this faster processor, so if you want to buy that one, you'll kind of lose out on that. And they kept designating it as a gaming platform, comparing to the DS and the PSP, which I thought again was kind of comparing the iPod Nano to the Flip Minnow. Sure, it does games well, but you're not gonna. The DS and PSP was made for games. For the graphics engines on them are much better than the graphics engine on the iPod Touch, etc. But the problem I see with Apple is that they keep trying to make their products as multifaceted as possible for the broad range of users. So, oh, I have a camera on my Nano, I don't need to buy another camera. Or I can play games on my iPod Touch or iPhone, so I don't need to buy a DS. So they're trying to control different markets, which the only market they're really going to control is the music market, which they are right now. The gaming market's so far away from them being able to control it. Even though they claim that they've already sold. Let's see here. That there's 20. Oh, they're saying that they have 21,178 different games in their app store, while Nintendo DS only has 3,680 games, and the PSP only has 607 games. Obviously, I'm assuming that's in the U.S. because if in Japan and other countries they have other games for these models that don't come overseas, etc., etc. And of course, they claim that the DS and PSP don't have multi-touch. The games are more expensive. There's no app store, and of course, it's not an iPod, so you can't. Even though you can still listen to music on both of those as well, and they're using the whole pocketable method and saying how that works, etc. And like I said, they're dominating the MP3 player market. 73.8% of products are iPods, and the other ones, Microsoft, however, the Zune is 1.1%. Sorry, Microsoft. 7.2% is SanDisk, and the remaining 17.9% is just other in general. And of course, they came on Wednesday. So they announced their LP, or describe it. Basically, extra things that come with an album, like let's say a little video, or and it's like an interactive sort of DVD-like thing, but for a CD that you buy on iTunes, and it only works, I think, on your laptop. So you can't use it on your phone, you can't use it on your iPod Touch. I think it's kind of pointless, and they probably charge more for it. At least I think they do. And I don't know why you'd buy that. I mean, are you gonna sit in your computer and just look at that all the time? I mean, you'll probably look at that once and never look at it again. So I don't think it's worth the money, personally. But it's interesting though that they made a Genius playlist for apps as well. So if you go into your iPod Touch or iPhone, and I believe iTunes as well, you can click a Genius bar in the apps store. And according to the apps that you already have or have purchased, it'll develop a list of apps that it will recommend to you as apps that you might be interested in. It's really useful. You can also change the applications on your home screen through your iPod, on your phone or iPod through your iTunes itself. It'll have the interface there on iTunes, and you can just drag around your icons for your different applications, so that when you sync your phone again, you don't have to. It'll automatically do that for you. You won't have to go individually and change each single icon, which is great. That's one thing that's really good. They didn't talk much about Snow Leopard. They talked about the home sharing thing, how you can share up to 5 computers in your house. Of course, you have to have the same account for each computer so that you can share the content, but they failed to mention that part. And that's basically all that they announced. Of course, they just bragged about 8.5 billion songs sold, etc., etc. Number 1 music retailer in the world, and how iTunes Now was available that day, etc., etc. The big thing that will happen that day basically was that Steve Jobs was there, for like a little while. Yeah, he looked a little frail, but other than that, I'm sure the stockholders are very impressed that they had their, number 1 man there to represent Apple. But all in all, I didn't really find the event much of an event, really. Not like previous Apple events where everybody gets all excited about some brand new product or brand new operating system that just blows their mind. I mean, all we got out of this that's basically new was a camera on a Nano, and just iTunes 9, which isn't really that good of an interface. It's very sluggish. It's very big compared to iTunes 8. It's just a lot of things going on at the same time. The store interface on iTunes 9, I really don't like how it is. It's flashier and it shows a little bit more content, but you can't look at the info of the song. It's very clunky, and the whole Facebook and Twitter integration is nice, but it just shows people that you've purchased the song, not necessarily that it's basically you're selling the song that you've already purchased. Like you're being an ad for iTunes or for Apple. That's basically what you're doing. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me know what you think about the Apple event. Did you get any excited about any of these new products? Really, are you gonna buy any of them? You know, are you a shuffle person? Do you like the Nano having a video camera now? Leave me a comment below or a video reply, and as always, make sure to rate, comment, reply, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, of course, at CubanMike82. I'll leave it here in the description. So that's it. I'll see you next week. And by the way, I apologize for the whole week of not having a video. I just, it was a long weekend, and as you know, I didn't want to do anything. So, there you go. But there should be continual videos throughout the next couple weeks. So, there you go. Have a nice day, guys.